I need more, Mama. I need more.
You need more what?
I need more seeds. Please. I need more seeds, please.
More seeds?
No, more. No,
More dirt?
okay.
It's right there.
No, more to what here? No,
Do you want to fill them up with dirt for me?
I'll go.
Thank you. That's perfect.
I see go.
I need another one. So far, I've potted up my beefsteak tomatoes, most of them, as well as some San Marzano tomatoes. The Homestead Delight are still pretty small, so I didn't want to up-pot them yet, so they're still growing under the lights here. And then these cauliflower are getting pretty large, so I'm going to go ahead and up-pot these. And then hopefully, if the baby stays sleeping, I can plant some squash today and maybe some pumpkins. But that's just if I get enough time. But yeah, so I just want to get these cauliflower done. I moved my broccoli to the side because they're getting really large. The purple leaves mean that they need some sort of fertilizer. I ended up ordering some blood meal, so I added that yesterday just to try to help them a little bit more. I know that they're getting pretty root bound, but it's been pretty cold here still. I think that we are in the clear as far as snow goes. We might get a little bit one more time. It's early April now. Usually we only get one day of flurries, but I'm pretty sure we're in the clear. Mostly it's rainy and wet, which we did have an issue with the power outage here, so the basement got a little wet, but that's okay. Everything's up on tables, which is nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish up potting these cauliflower so that they have a little bit more growing room before I'm ready to put them out. Hopefully it's warm enough soon. It's supposed to be in the 50s and 60s as our high. Maybe a couple days of 40s with the lows around the 20s and 30s. So I'm hoping to get these broccoli out soon because they're really about to start struggling in their containers. But I'm pretty excited for all these broccoli. They do look really awesome, especially for our first time growing it from seed. And I love broccoli. It's probably one of my favorite vegetables. I'm not sure how cauliflower transplants, so I'm hoping that they transplant good and don't stress too much. The one thing that I love about transplanting tomatoes is how well they do. They don't shock terribly. They do look a little sad, but they perk right back up. And the awesome thing about tomatoes is that you can plant them as deep as you want up to their leaves because the stem has roots that grow from it wherever they touch soil. So you can plant them really deep and then they'll grow even taller. I wish that was the same for everything, but that's okay. Another thing I love about tomatoes is how the plants smell like tomatoes. They give off such a really nice aroma, especially when you're working with repotting them up. Makes the room that you're in smell nice and springy and summery. I am super excited with the weather that we've been having. I think it got to about 65 yesterday, which it's been so long since we've had that. We had a bunch of storms come through yesterday, which was Eli's birthday. And I'm also excited about storms because I just love a good thunderstorm. I will sit on my porch if it's nice outside and just listen to the thunder and the rainfall. Most people might want to take a nap, but not me. And then sadly, I was going through all of my black trays trying to find some without holes in them, and there's some brand that, first, I have no idea where I got them, if they were gifted to me or what, but they have holes cut all throughout the bottoms of them, and it makes it impossible for bottom watering, so I have to donate those, unfortunately, but that's okay. Luckily I have quite a few. And I would like to also get out to the garden and start working on it, getting it ready for planting. I would like to sow some carrot seeds, since we didn't get a carrot harvest last year. We are either completely out or almost completely out of our frozen carrots from the year before. I do want to start the pumpkin seeds soon because we're getting our pigs at the end of April, or yeah, I think in a couple weeks, or in a week or so, we're getting our piglets for the year. And I love feeding them the pumpkins and the zucchini, squash that get too big. But usually I always do the summer garden. I've never done a spring garden before, and I didn't know that you could do pumpkins so early. So I'm eager to start some pumpkins so that we can feed them to them. It's always nice to give them some snacks, keep them happy. We love our pigs. They're just great little creatures. I don't think I'm gonna get to planting any seeds today. My son's upstairs doing who knows what. So I'm gonna have to go check on him pretty soon. It'll be nice when he's big enough to not really have to worry about him so much. I will be very happy for when that day comes. I know a lot of people say you'll miss them when they're this small, but right now it's just hard because it's difficult to get things done when they're this small and hurt themselves. I'm not too sure I'll miss that part of it. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. Just to save space, I did leave a couple of them with 2 plants per pot, and then hopefully I can separate them later. They were just a little bit smaller, so I just left them together. Hopefully they rebounded well. Only problem is where to put them. Kind of running out of spots. Really need to start labeling these before I forget what's what. Luckily, these cauliflower have a specific look to them, so. Right now I'm just watering them all back in. And then I'll come check on them tomorrow and make sure that they're all looking pretty good. Right now some of the tomatoes and cauliflower are a little floppy, but the soil isn't super wet, so they'll come out of that shock pretty well, I believe. I know the tomatoes will. And then I just need to get to labeling them. Some of my pots still have, I was able to find some that said San Marzano and beefsteak, which is nice. Okay, so that's it for today. I just up-potted some of my tomatoes and cauliflower. I'm just gonna call it a day and go get a snack. But other than that, everything's looking really great. The onions rebounded really awesome. They look really good. And I'm just waiting for some more tomatoes to get a little bit larger. These guys are still pretty small, so I'm not gonna up-pot those yet. And then I have my Bikino peppers growing right here. They're getting a little bit bigger, so they're doing well. And then I have some basil that are growing also, so I'm going to consider them doing really well. And then I'm gonna get some more bell peppers going. These ones are doing really well, and I'm excited about those. But yeah, they're looking pretty great. So next, I'm just gonna go upstairs, get a snack, and start working on labels for these. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.